Well, would you look at that, eh? Not a bad start to a morning, I reckon. Oh, not bad at all. Quite nice. No mosquitoes around yet.
Well, I gotta say, the Victorian high country was fun, but it's good to be back here on the Limestone coast, where it's home to the best beach driving in Australia, and I swear, if you like a challenge, this place is where you gotta be for sand driving. But not only that, you can't miss the absolutely superb views and even better camping. So what are you waiting for? Pack your rig, buckle up, and join us for some of the best beach driving adventures South Australia has to offer.
I have, considering the trouble that I had yesterday with the bike not starting, flat battery, and seeing it's such a prick to push start, I've got a very small window of opportunity this morning to actually be rescued if it doesn't start. So we are going to attempt this morning, see how she goes. But yeah, the whole reason why I'm a little bit worried about it all is because I've actually got a USB charger on it. A little light on here. And I actually charged my camera gear and run my phone off it, because the old phone last night got down to about 5%. And of course, when push comes to shove, I think I'd prefer a phone. Yeah, let me think about that for a bit longer. Yeah, just to call people and let them know what I'm doing and all that, because being on two wheels can be quite dangerous. Because I'm doing this solo, I've got no one else around. It's how you going. So even though Beachport's just a walk up the track, it's yeah. Anyway, let's see if this bike will start. Yeah, there's my little USB charger right there. Phone cable going off it down into the tent for the phone. But anyway, I've got my little GoPro Gator. It's not a GoPro, it's, and that's buggered that. Okay, let's see if this thing will start. Pull the choke out the bottom, the engine, pull that out, turn the fuel on. You know, you need petrol. Now it doesn't matter whether I twist the throttle on this thing, because it's vacuum operated, so the throttle doesn't really do anything unless the engine's cranking. So, ooh, scary moment. Ooh, she's alive. Let's see what happens. Over this way. I'll twist the throttle. Beautiful. I'm a bit worried about it. Well, there you go. You beauty. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and we've got the bike started, so I'll let that run for a little while to charge the battery up a bit. I'm glad there's no one else around because it is quite loud. Ah, the sound of adventure right there. Beautiful. I'm stoked because last night that was a I had my stuff on charge. It's only a little 6 amp hour battery, and with a few calculations I think it should, with the camera and the phone charging and everything, it should have lasted me about 10 hours. But because it's not a deep cycle, it's a little bit harder to calculate, because you can only use about 50% of the battery before it's buggered. And then of course starting on top of that, it's another concern. So, no, started, I'm not concerned. But this morning is beautiful. People are, I guess, going to work because it is a Tuesday morning. I shouldn't laugh. Ducks and things down there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful morning for it. Hopefully it's going to be a nice day. So, because we're so close to Beachport, I reckon that after I go back to bed for half an hour or so, we're going to go in and grab some tucker and save the cooking for, you know, tomorrow night or tonight. Because yeah, I've only brought with me soup. Not a big fan of soup, but I mean, I like my soup, but it's, you know, I can think of many other things that I'd rather for breakfast. But then again, I do have me porridge on me. Yeah, tomorrow that'll be alright. So yeah, you know, I'll let the bike do its thing and get changed and pack up, and we'll see you guys shortly. Looks like I got a friend joining me for breakfast this morning. How are you, buddy? Hello. There's the bike over there, all loaded up. Would you like some more tucker? Eh? Would you like some more ham? Better give him some ham. Now I'm just going to duck down here out of the wind. They're a little bit drafty, but not too bad. I do believe that's called Woolies Rock. I can't quite remember. I think so, because it's got Woolies Beach just there, the Woolies car park just behind me. Yeah, end of the scenic drive, which is good. There she is, look at that. Beautiful place to come and have a look at if you don't mind a dirt road. For us four-wheel drivers and motorbike riders and everything else, it's no dramas, because we don't mind a bit of dirt. Anywho, I've just been into Beachport and topped up the fuel tank as well as my own. Met one of the locals, a couple of locals actually, one of them being a lovely little magpie. If I remember to put the clip in, I'll put that little clip in. He had breakfast with me. Nice chap, very friendly. You don't see that very often in a magpie, you know, when it comes to public areas, so it's good to see people are looking after him. What the hell is that down there? I can't tell whether that's a plastic bag or like a dead, oh, it's a pigeon. Couple of pigeons. Yeah, okay, right. Doesn't matter. Right, so we're here at the end of the scenic drive. Woolies Beach is just there. I'll swing the camera around so you can have a look. There she is, it's Woolies. The infamous softest beach. Well, one of the softest beaches along here at Beachport. A lot of people get caught out there, which is more entertainment for me, I suppose. Shh, don't tell anyone. Beautiful day for it. I am amazed the ocean's flat. Let's have a look. Looks like we've got a reasonably high tide this morning. I still don't know if it's going in or out, but I'm on the bike, we should be alright, even if I have to cut inland a little bit. It should be fine. I don't like to go inland too much because how it's loaded at the moment, the shocker's not really dealing with it very well. It keeps bottoming me out all the time, and when that happens, when you're going over those whoops, she hits the shocker and the back end wants to kick upwards and throw you off. It's not very pleasant, and of course when you're going slow to try and sort of compensate that, she likes to wallow and sort of get itself stuck in the soft sand, but depending on where you are. But yeah, no, today's mission is that we're going to jump on the bike, we're going to head down through to Robe, see what's up there. I'm not sure whether this is going to be our last day or not, because we're making good progress. I did kind of plan for 3 days, but I did get informed that this weekend is going to pack it in. Victoria is getting all those floods and everything else, so we probably might get a little bit of the edge off of that coming over this weekend. So even though it's only Tuesday, you know, anything can happen between now and then. So yeah, I kind of want to get the ride finished before that happens. I've only got my dry rider jacket on with me, so I'll see what happens. If I get caught out, I get caught out. But rather than living in the future, let's live in the present and go down and tackle that. going to be soft as buggery, but I reckon we can do it on the old 250. The old 250 Nagasaki. Anyway. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. I'll reorganise my bag a little bit. Get mobile. So, welcome to day 2, everyone. Let's see how we go. The coastline that just about every four-wheel driver has heard of by now, the infamous Beachport to Robe run, is home to some of the best sand driving Australia has to offer, and that's why so many people visit this place each year. The coastline can be as family friendly as you'd like it to be, or it can be a real challenge. On a motorbike, however, it pays to be extremely careful. There have been many collisions, accidents and deaths because of Beachport's blind corners and steep razorback sand dunes. If you're transversing this coastline by bike like I am, it pays to be careful, and it helps a lot if you plan your trip in the off-season.
Now, as I mentioned before about challenges, this is another good example. Right here is an extremely soft section of beach, and if you glance over at those four-wheel drive tracks, you can clearly see that people have been having fun in the sun, making sandcastles with the help of their four-wheel drives. Now, the little 250's got its work cut out for it here. I really got to push it back and swap back through the gears, because if we stop, it's going to be really fun trying to get the little thing going again, especially loaded.
Well, I thought I'd stop and have a bit of a quick break. We're a couple of K maybe from Norakrina. It's just up the track there. Norakrina marks the halfway point of where we're going, Robe. So I thought I'd stop here and have a bit of a quick break. You know, charge the camera. I only get about 1.5, maybe 1 to 15 minutes out of that camera. 1 hour. I'll be pushing for 2 hours, put it that way. So I'll stop when I can and charge it, have a bit of a break. What I realised though, a bit of a bugger, is that all my hard work this morning strapping down this lovely little bag, I've realised that my water's in there. Oh, what a bugger. I have to undo it all just to grab a drink of water and put it all back. I can't be bothered. That's sitting on there just really nice, you know. Nice and solid on the bike. Don't really want to undo it unless I have to. So I'm sure I'll be right for a little while. See how we go. Could pull up out front a little dip there and maybe untie it on more of solid ground, because I've got the foot peg sitting on my gloves at the moment. It's probably the only way I know when I'm riding down here to help keep the bike up out of the sand. I mean, I could easily dig the back wheel in, but problem with that is all the sand and shit gets in your chain and everything else, and yeah, I don't like that. Not really. It just makes more work for me. I mean, I know it's a sealed chain and everything, but you know, every little bit helps. So yeah, put my gloves down in there, make a soft, little hard pad. There we go. Look. The old camera decided to, hey, come back here. Come over this way. Hello. Hi, you're welcome back. Yeah, no. Well, this has been bloody good. Aside from the fact that I'm by myself, I mean, I don't mind that much. It's beautiful. I just worry about the day that I come off. You know, I was thinking, surprisingly, that is so much easier to ride with a lot of weight on the back. That whole setup, with me included, weighs probably just under 300 kilo. It's not the lightest thing in the world. And for a little 250, she's doing bloody good, I reckon. Yeah, good bike. 2006 Nagasaki 250 KLX. KLX 250. Bloody good little bike, I think. It's the second 250 I owned. Anyway, I won't go into the story of that. That's going back to when I was about knee high to a grasshopper. So, I don't know how this wind is going to affect the camera, so I'm probably just recording all this for nothing. But no, all good. Beautiful day for it. Bike is going really well. Can't complain. The chain might be a bit loose. I've got tools and everything on board just in case. But I've been watching that. Sometimes I can hear it rattle a little bit. But because we're taking those bumps fairly well, I thought, oh, you know, leave it a little bit loose. Probably wouldn't hurt. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, just in case you're wondering too. I don't ride at night. But yeah, I thought I'd show you this for a bit of a laugh. This here is my homemade quadrupod gimbal stand. So I can set my gimbal up like I did last night when I was setting up the tent. And the four legs actually keep it stable. It's just made a bit of old scrap steel that we found. There's a washer and, you know, a few bits of cut weld job. And that's a bit of shrink tubing on the end. Come up really good actually, I quite like it. But underneath that, this is what I bought from Aussie Disposals, this little canister here. I got the idea off a guy on YouTube, can't remember his name, but he also bought one. He was a motorbike traveller. And these little pouches come with a 2-litre water bottle. And all you need to do really is change the O-ring in the lid, which is there, because it's pretty freaking pathetic. But change it to a proper O-ring, and then you can use it for petrol. So I haven't needed to use it quite yet, but yeah, 2 litres is plenty. That's only a 9-litre tank, and I'm averaging about, I think it's, let me have a quick calculation here. It's about 8 litres to the 100. You probably guessed by now that I'm just filling in time waiting for the camera to charge up a little bit, but I reckon with me talking about, you know, random stuff that you guys want to see or don't want to see, pretty well ready to hit the track again. I think we'll go Nora Craner, a little dip Conservation Park, a little dip through to Robe there somehow, and we'll come out in Robe and maybe grab a drink of water. And well, if I don't do it before then, yeah, the old mouth's starting to get a bit dry now, so anyway, I'm not working that hard. It's so much easier to ride with weight on the back. It's good. Yeah. So, I suppose before we carry on, if you guys like this sort of content, give us a holler, leave a comment, contact us on Facebook, do however you so choose, get in contact with us somehow, and just, yeah, give us some feedback, I suppose. Because I like doing this sort of stuff. It's good. And if you guys like it too, then, well, it's a win-win for both of us. So, yeah, that's pretty well all I've got to say for now. So, like and subscribe. All that other fun mumbo jumbo, it helps out the channel and everything else. This is a really cheap way to go camping too. This is great. I'm having a blast out here, providing I don't come off and hurt myself. Yeah, it won't be so much fun then, but yeah, no, good, beautiful day, can't complain. I am stoked. Anywho, yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to jump back on the bike, we'll head back through the road. So, cheers guys, thanks for your attention and your patience.
This is a little place called Norakrina. It's home to around 60 little holiday shacks, and that's about it. But this place has plenty of history, just like a lot of these seaside towns that go along with it. All you have to do is know who to ask. The name Norakrina is actually the name of a ship that sank near the area on a trade route from Melbourne to Port Adelaide in 1958. The ship, known as the Brigantine Norakrina, struck an uncharted rock, and they reckon it only took about half an hour for the old girl to sink. Thankfully, that the crew and everyone on deck and all that, they rowed safely to Robe. That's a fair old feat, rowing rowboat to Robe. Hell. The Brigantine Norakrina, from what I can make out, it means honour the precious one. So that's just a little fun fact for you. And now with today's history lesson out of the way, we can get back on with the video. From here, we take the dirt road around to everyone's favourite Little Dip Conservation Park. Now, we can't unfortunately take the beach to get there because the area isn't accessible and the land is all privately owned. So I guess we'll just have to take the long way around. I think many years ago you used to be able to drive through there, but for some reason they stopped all that. I suppose if we don't look after our area, yeah, they're all going to close everything down now, aren't they? So just make sure when you come out, you clean up after yourself and look after the place for us. stop in here and go me a bit of water, seeing as I'm too lazy to get the one out of the back. For some reason I didn't quite taste all that crush hot either. It kind of burns the back of your throat. I don't know what the hell they put in it. Bloody Audi shit. Anyway. I've never had any trouble with it before. But beautiful out here. People are looking at me thinking, what the hell are you doing, mate? Yep, haven't you ever seen someone talk to a camera before? Anyway, beautiful. Yeah, I'm just sitting here with the bike, out in the park. Silly buggers over there, they closed that service station down. The Caltex one. So she's all closed up. Which I'll spin the camera around and show you, but I was kind of looking forward to going in there and getting some, you know, just a snack of some description, but oh well, probably best if I don't anyway. Yeah, so the bike's performing well. Had a couple of weird noises come from it. I don't know, it sounds like something's rubbing on the back tyre, but I've checked a couple of times and there's nothing there. So I don't know whether it's the chain hitting the chain protector guard thingy or what the hell's going on there. Or, I don't know, it almost sounds like a dog barking. Bizarre. It's a really weird sort of sound. But it only happens on a very rare occasion. Like coming through the back of Robe there a couple of times, I stopped and had a look, what the hell. But other than that, it's performing well. It does have the engine does have a little bit of a, it must be valve noise, I guess, as if they're a little bit loose. When you hold her up in the high revs for a too long period of time, the top end starts to rattle a little bit. I mean, I prefer it loose than too tight, and I do believe that these are shimmed anyway, so I can't do much about it unless I want to go and measure thous and bloody screw around with freaking camshafts and shit, which I don't want to do. But what do you expect for an old bike? We've got a couple of cruisers. Whoa. I'd love a cruiser, that'd be nice. So yeah, I'm just sitting here having letting the camera charge up again, debating whether I should go through to Kingston or not. Such a beautiful day. It's only a hop, skip and a jump, about 30 minutes by road, so might jump on the bike and see what the beach is like, I suppose. There's no inland track up through that way, not really, well, not that I know of, so it's going to be mostly beach, and the beach that I know of is soft as up through there, so she might be working pretty hard. Well, we can always try it, I suppose, and if we've done the work, turn around, go home. Other than that, I'm going to have to organise someone to come pick me up at Kingston. Ah, lovely. So yeah, I've worked out as far as the fuel consumption. Hello, I'll wave. No, you're not waving to me. Okay, buggy you. Yeah, as far as fuel consumption goes, I'm getting about 8 litres to the 100 by beach. I think I said that before, I can't remember. Works out to be about 4 litres per 50 kilometres. Smart. So I think that's pretty good. I top up at every servo I come to. So. And I've got 2 litres on the front. If I do happen to run into strife, I've still got 2 litres worth of petrol there, plus reserve. So cool. So I might head up to Kingston now that I've calmed myself into it, sort of, and yeah, see what's up there. I'm quite surprised in how far we're going today. I kind of expected 3 days worth, but obviously riding a bike's a lot different than driving a four-wheel drive, so cool. Anyway, I'll finish off my water and we go for a ride on the bike. Yes. Yeah, they didn't even stop to say hello. Oh, stick 'em up, bum then. Go back to New South Wales, you bugger.